Alright, so 12 games down, 2 more to go. The Nigerian Women's Football League regular season is on the verge of coming to an end. Of course, after the league portion of the season, we will have the Super 6 playoffs. The winner of that competition will be the eventual champions of the NWFL. But this video is all about Match Day 12, and we're going to be taking a look at results from the match day. Also, how the teams are stacking in their groups after the match day. But wait, there's more. We do have highlights. We're going to be taking a look at highlights, goals really from the match day. We have goals from all but 2 matches out of the 10 matches played on match day 12. So I think that's pretty cool right there. But before we get into that though, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the results from the match day first, and we start with Edo Queens against Naijabiasfc Queens. Naijabiasfc Queens hold Edo Queens to a draw away from home. Really, it's Edo Queens holding Naijabiasfc Queens to a draw, because you would expect Naijabiasfc to get the win in this matchup. They were leading for a good portion of the game. Edo Queens did fight back, got that draw. Pretty good result for them. They would be wanting to win games, but I mean, this is a pretty good point right here. Kind of give them a good little cushion over the team that's they're fighting with on the relegation spot. Then you got Naijabiasfc's Edo Queens. This one was like a 6-pointer. They're both fighting for 3rd place in their group. Of course, the first 3 teams in the groups go to the Super 6. So they're both fighting for that slot, and this was a big win for Naijabiasfc, especially when you think about Edo Queens. We saw the highlights on the channel, 3-0 against Rivers Angels in the last match day, and they could not get a result in this one. Rivers Angels, Delta Queens. The Angels win this one by 3-0. This was a return home matchup for Anderlene Ubechi, Rivers Angels goalkeeper. Of course, she won the NWFL title with Delta Queens. And yeah, she had that mistake against Edo Queens in the last match day, but still was in the starting lineup for this one. So yeah, the coach showed confidence in her. She gets a clean sheet. That's pretty cool right there. Then you get Benue Queens, Ibom Angels. Benue Queens, their first win in this NWFL season. It takes 12 weeks, but they get it. And they're in a relegation fight. And this was a real massive point right here. Massive 3 points, my bad. And not saying that they're safe. They're nowhere near safe yet. But at least this is a start right here. Getting a win in the NWFL. Then you got Edo Queens, Dana Ladies. Dana Ladies, another team fighting relegation kind of. And they lose 3-1 to Edo Queens. And not a good result for Dana's Ladies, but I like the fight they showed in the game, because you look 30 minutes into the game, they're down 3-0, and they held Edo Queens. It was less than 30 minutes actually. They held Edo Queens at that 3-0 for a while. Then they got their goal late in the game to make it 3-1. Game ended like that, but you got to give them credit. I felt like they were real physical with Edo Queens. You look up, and next thing you know, Edo Queens players are picking themselves off the ground. They were real physical, not dirty, but they were physical. It was a real tough match for Edo Queens. And I feel like this is a team that if the league season was a little bit longer, I think they would have done much better. But with only 14 games, you can't take time to get into the league season. You got to come in flying. If you don't come in flying, it's going to be a problem. As you see with a lot of newer teams in the league. Then you get Confluence Queens, Abia Angels. Abia Angels win that by 1-0. Confluence Queens, another team fighting relegation, not looking good for them. Abia Angels, another team trying to get in the Super 6, looking good for them right here, but still not all the way in a good position, Abia Angels. Then you got Heartland Queens, Remo Stars. Heartland Queens actually had the lead in this game for a good portion of the match, but they give back the lead at the ending portion of the match. Remo Stars get their goal. One of the highlights we will be taking a look at. Then you got Ekiti Queens against Nasarawa Amazons. That ended 2-2. And you take a look at the group table. You start with Group A. You look at the top. And first place looks like it's all but sealed out there. Edo Queens look like they have a lock on first place. I mean, take nothing away from Remo and Nasarawa, but I think the fight really is for second, third, and fourth. I think outside of that, the other teams might not get relegated, but they don't have a chance at the Super 6. With the relegation fight, Dana's ladies are looking good, but they're still only 3 points away from Confluence Queens. Then you have Heartland Queens, 9 points. Still mathematically can be caught by Confluence Queens, but I feel like Heartland Queens have been picking it up lately in the season, so I don't think they really have any issues if they go out there and play their normal game. Then we move on to Group B, of course, and at the top you have a 1 and 2 battle. Who's gonna finish at the top? Only 2 teams involved in that race right there. Bielsa Queens on 30, Rivers Angels on 29. Then you go down to 3, and that's the fight right there. 3 and 4. FC Robo, Naija. Like I said, that was kind of a 6-pointer right there. And Naija took advantage, got that 3 points in that game. And it's looking like a dog fight right here. Then you look at the relegation fight. Not over, but close to being over. Is between Benue Queens and Adamawa Queens. Like I said, Benue Queens, their first win of the season came in this match day. So who knows? The fight can be on. We'll see as things go. But moving on to the highlights, and we're going to start with Confluence Queens hosting Abia Angels in Ayingba. First goal of the game came in the 88th minute of the match, and you got this situation right here. Player plays the ball back to a goalkeeper, and she just does that. Plays it into Dorothy Eshet. She cuts it back, and that's winner Onajite, who gets the ball into the back of the net. And that made the score 1-0 in favor of Abia Angels. As you see right here, she just gave chase. Goalkeeper tries the clearance, and she just stretches out her foot, Dorothy Eshet. And right there, the nice finish by Onajite to make the score 1-0, and that was how it ended. Then you have Heartland Queens hosting Remo Queens. This was the first goal of the game. Remo Stars, ladies, my bad. Oh my goodness. Onyinyechi Kalu gets that, takes off the jersey, throws it away, jukes out her teammate, runs to the sideline. And that's a crazy goal. You can do all that when you score a goal like this. Oh my goodness. Stretch as she might. This is the second time overhead goal is getting on the Remo Stars goalkeeper. But then you move to the second half, 88th minute of the match, and they were looking for an offside right here that was not called. Nice cross in, the header, nice save by the goalkeeper, but the rebound. Bolaji Olamide, top scorer in the NWFL, gets the ball into the back of the net, runs to her coach. And that's 1-1 right there. Save the point for Remo Stars, ladies. As you see, no offside on the play. Clean goal right there. And the referee goes to check with the assistant. She doesn't take time. She says it's a goal. Referee says put the ball on the center circle. You got Rivers Angels hosting Delta Queens in Port Harcourt. And the first goal of the game was this one right here. Nice ball into the box. And Mary Moses with the header. Gets it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. 1-0 to score. Nice ball from the free kick and a fine header right there. Keeper had 0 chances of saving that. That's just a nice one. Then you get the contentious right here. Nice move. Gets the ball. Strong move again. But then this happens. Referee gives a penalty. That was not in the box, and it was not a penalty. Look at this. The player gets the ball, and it was definitely outside the box. Look at it again in slow. Right there, gets the ball, then they come together. That was not a foul, and it definitely was not a penalty. But referee gives it. Mary Moses steps over it, and what does she do? She walks up to it. Can she walk up any faster? And puts the ball into the back of the net. Goalkeeper went the right way, but that didn't matter. The score was what matters, 2-0 in favor of Rivers Angels. And that's that right there until this moment. Player in the box wins it, and right here just plays it across for Mary Moses. She almost missed that, really. It looked like she almost missed that, but she didn't. Ball goes into the back of the net. Hat trick for Mary Moses. I think last match today you had a hat trick for Janet Akekaromoe, so back-to-back hat tricks in the NWFL. You got Edo Queens hosting Dana's ladies, and this was a fine finish for the first goal of the game. Mary Angel with the touch. The assist from Esther Moses. I mean, this was just scrumptious right here from Mary Angel. And that made it 1-0. Then you have this right here. A nice run that leads to a free kick against Dana's Ladies. But then, come on now. Come on, number one. How? Just not a free kick that should be going into the back of the net right there. But it did. 2-0 to score. Look at Mary Angel right here. Nice touch. Gets the ball to a teammate. The ball gets sent over. Goalkeeper comes out, punches it away, but not too far away because Esther Moses was right there to get it over everybody's head and into the back of the net. And that made the score. Edo Queens 3. Dana's Ladies 0. As you see right here, I felt like the goalkeeper should have grabbed that one. Why are you punching that? It's right there for you. Grab it. No need to punch that ball whatsoever. But she does, and she was made to pay the price. She runs into her own teammate and looks at the ball going into the back of the net. But take none away from Dana's Ladies. Look at this right here. Nice pass and the finish by Rosemary Okori. Nice one into the back of the net, and that made the score. Edo Queens 3, Dana's Ladies 1. Fine finish right there. Not late, like I said. 68 minutes of the match. I don't know what I was talking about. 68 minutes of the match. They get the ball into the back of the net. Fine finish right there. We move on. Naija hosting Robo Queens in Abuja. And then you have this moment right here. Ball sent forward. The chase. Sofia Bankole on it. One-on-one. Puts the ball past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. And they made the score 1-0. And celebrations are on. Hey, nice dance right there. When you take a look at the situation, she was definitely in an onside position. Off to the races. Had some time to think about it, but makes the right decision. Puts it into the back of the net. 1-0 it is. And that was how it ended. We move on to Ekiti Queens hosting Nasarawa Amazons. You got Janet Akekrumowi on the ball. She gets it to a teammate in the box right here. Her teammate is bundled off it. The ball goes back to Janet. She puts it on her left. Smacks it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. 1-0 it is. And you look at the replay right here. Player just plays it to her. And fourth goal in 2 matches right there for Akekrumowi. And you get this situation right here. Zainab Ismail, and oh my goodness, what a finish. What a finish right there. Goalkeeper stood absolutely, positively no chance. Called it as perfect as you like. And look, man, somebody in the top needs to be taking a look at this chick right here, because look at this. Her second finish in the game, Zainab Ismail. Fine finish. The team is going crazy. Look at this right here. Where have they been hiding her? But then late in the match, not late, right after that, 3 minutes after that goal, you get this goal right here. Bafan Ayatsi gets the ball past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. The ball was sent forward. Looks like she was in an onside position right here. And just had to get the finish, which she did. 2-2 the score. That was how it ended. And that's how these highlights are going to end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to support the NWFL. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.